Hi, welcome back. I'm Alaina Schwartz. Today we're going to talk about why hard work is necessary to be successful, and then I'm going to bust the number one lie that's doing more harm for your business than good. So stay tuned. First, I'm going to reveal the number one thing that's harming your success that's not even your fault to begin with. Then we're going to go over why you're constantly paddling upstream so hard to create the success in your business that you want. Next, we're going to cover the one thing that you can do that will create the most profitable path for you to move forward in your business with ease and grace. By the end of this video, you're going to have the tools from you to go from hustle to flow, and so you can go from struggle to success in your business. So let's dive right in. If hard work were really the key to creating a lot of success, then wouldn't everybody who's working hard be successful? Because I know so many people, when they come to me, these entrepreneurs, they're busting their butts and they still are not at the level of success they want, right? So is it really true that hard work is key to success? No. And I would even go so far as to say that it's the number one lie that's perpetuated in entrepreneurialism today. So where does this lie come from? First, it comes from generational, right? It's key to understand that it comes from intergenerational. There was a time when people worked hard to survive, and that level of hard work has been ingrained in the subconscious mind and passed down from generation to generation, even though it's not true to begin with. We don't really need to work hard to succeed, and my clients don't work hard, and I don't work hard to have the level of success that I want. Then gurus out there, whether it's Kevin O'Leary from Shark Tank or Gary Vee or Elon Musk, will all tell you that if you don't have the success you want, you're not working hard enough. And so they're perpetuating this myth. And here's the key about this myth. They will say that if you love what you do, then it isn't really hard work. Now, I don't know about you. I absolutely adore what I do, but do I want to be doing it 80 to 120 hours a week? No, I want to be living a full life during that time, right? I want to be doing all the things I love to do, not just being in my business. Now, here's a key of how untrue this myth is, whatever your political affiliation is Donald Trump said no president has ever worked harder than him, right? So that will give you a little insight into whether or not hard work really creates success. Now I have a client named I'll call Barbara. And when Barbara came to me, she has a 7+ figure business, but she's working 10 to 14 hour days, 7 days a week. And she's always worked this hard. She worked this hard when she was in school. She worked this hard when she was in corporate. She's always worked this hard. And she has firmly believed that the only way she's going to escape the life that she had as a child is to continue to work hard. And what we're doing is we're unpacking and unwiring all of these belief systems that she has, that the only way she can create the success she wants is to work crazy hard in her business, because she doesn't have to. None of my clients do. Typically, they shave 20 to 30 hours off of their work week in the first month we work together, because once you understand how to collapse time and what's creating the hard work to begin with, you understand that there's a better way, an easier way, a more efficient way to actually work. Because sometimes cliches are true, and working smarter is better than working harder. Now, here's a little secret, right? If you've created a certain level of success, because when clients come to me, they're already making 6+ figures. And if you've created a certain level of success, you've created that in spite of your hard work, not because of your hard work. Now, Alaina, what do you mean by that? That sounds crazy. I created it in spite of it? Yes, because the universe wants to give you so much more than you are open to giving yourself. Because of these limiting beliefs that we're talking about not deserving, not lovable, not worthy, the really core deep ones, you are holding back from allowing yourself to have more. And in the process of holding that back, the universe would give you more than you would give yourself if you just allowed it in. And so the success that you've created for yourself is in spite spite of the success that you could have had, which is so much more with less effort. Now, I don't want you to beat yourself up or blame yourself. It's now that you know, like you know better, you do better. Right? Now you know that the universe wants to give you so much more. You can allow that more in for yourself and your business. So one of the keys to understand is, what does success really mean? Now, you may have a definition, but where did that definition come from? Did it come from you, or did it come from society telling you what success means? Does success mean a certain amount of money in your bank account? What does actually success mean? When I have my clients take a really deep dive into what success actually means for them, it's typically not the way they've been running their business to create success in their business. And so understanding what your vision is, getting clarity on your priorities, will help you really understand what success means to you, so you can start creating success from the inside out rather than from what society and other people in our lives tell us is success, and then forcing that essentially on us. So are you ready to take your business to the next level and leave that stress and overwhelm behind so you can create next level business with ease? Then make sure you subscribe to this content, because I offer tons of valuable content on how to do exactly that. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up too. Okay, so one of the ways to create success with ease is to move into flow. Now, hustle is the opposite of flow. It's the inverse of flow. So you know, if you're in hustle mode, there's no way for you to get into flow. And I am sure you've had those moments where everything just seemed to align, the day just seemed to unfold, or parts of the day just seemed to unfold. One resource after the other just seemed to show up. That is what flow is like. And it's possible to be in flow all the time in your personal life as well as your business life. And actually, the more that you're in flow and fluid throughout your entire life, the easier and easier everything you want to experience in your life is to create for yourself. But you have to set really clear intentions and remove the limiting beliefs that are blocking you from being able to be in that flow in your business. And what that flow means is, I know exactly what I'm meant to be doing today. You can tap into your intuition and your higher self to learn, what am I meant to be doing today? How do I move my business forward? What does my business actually need from me? What strategies does my business want me to take? And when you start actually bringing in the answers to those questions, then you're able to move in flow and create far greater success with ease and grace. One of the ways to do that is to really be kind to yourself, to treat yourself like your own BFF. Like, imagine some of the things that you actually say to yourself that I call it the itty bitty shitty committee, right? It's on your shoulder there, talking in your ear, chatting away, telling you how horrible you are, what a mess up you are, the mistakes that you made, what a failure you are. You'll never be successful, whatever it is that it's saying to you. And so when we give it the flick off of our shoulder there, right? And we start being kind to ourselves, because would you ever allow somebody else to talk to you the way you talk to yourself? No, we'd never allow anybody else to do that, right? So stop doing it to yourself too. And that is the first step. And when you start speaking kindly to yourself, you're able to raise your vibration and create more flow and more ease in your life. Now, the next thing is to change your thinking and habits, to adopt more empowering thinking and habits. And in another video I did, I show you this decision framework that helps you really start to change your thinking and your habits. Because honestly, the fastest way to change your thinking and habits is to be able to tune into your higher self and use that energy of your higher self to go into your subconscious mind and neutralize those limiting beliefs in your subconscious mind. But that takes me hours to teach my clients, so I can't teach that to you on these videos, but I can give you tools that will help you get the process started, and that decision framework will help get the process started. Now, there's two parts to this, right? There's changing the limiting belief that's creating the action and the habit in the first place, but then you've habituated certain patterns of behavior based on those limiting beliefs. And so once you clear those limiting beliefs, you have to change the habits, right? That's absolutely essential to adopt more empowering habits. So today we've been talking in this video about how that you don't really have to work hard to create success. And if you want to work far less hard, like actually shave 20 to 30 hours of your work week, then make sure you go into the description and grab my free mini course where it's called 5 ways to shave 20 to 30 hours off your work week while making more money, because I unveil it all. Like, I give you the exact strategies I help my high-end paying one-on-one clients to use to actually shave time and collapse their time so they're working far less time but making more money. So the link is in the description below. Make sure you grab it. Thanks. I'm Alaina Schwartz, and I'll see you on the next video.